All right, welcome back to another video on how to do a simple paint job and try my best to do a great job at not messing it up, but probably will mess it up along the way. So, a company called Fusion Form actually was kind enough, and they reached out in my last video to test out their liquid chrome paint. And I'll tell you what, I've never used an alcohol-based paint. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, but I'm going to absolutely try my best to make this Silver Surfer model look chrome. And I have to do a pretty good amount of sanding. The support marks aren't terrible, except I need to quite literally sand a lot on the lower buttocks here because, this whole body I decided to do in one piece because I didn't feel like doing a ton of seam sealing, especially because I'm on a time constraint this week. And that's why I'm happy I'm doing this model this week because I just have to sand it, lay some black primer, and show you how good this Fusion Form firm paint is, which, like I said, I'm kind of excited. I hope the 60 ml bottle is actually enough to do the body and the board itself. Hopefully. So yeah, I don't really have too much to say. I'm looking forward to kind of working with this. And if I like it, I might hit them up and see if I can get a lot of their other colors to do some, just to have them on hand, because, pure chrome paints sometimes are actually really good to have, especially because they're kind of easy to work with swords and any other things that might actually need to be like super, super bright metallic color. Because sometimes normal metallics just don't give it off. And I've tried many of them, Pro Acrylic, Vallejo. Sometimes they just straight up do not give you the finish of like a super gloss, shiny piece. So yeah, I'm curious to see how this stuff works out. I know you really only can airbrush this kind of stuff, but I don't know. Maybe one day I'll get some cheap brushes and see if you can at least, use the tip of it. I don't really know anything about alcohol-based paints, but I'm going to give it my go. I know I can put it over top of the gloss black primer that I have from Kaleido, so that's what I'm going to use for a base for this. But without further ado, I'm going to get sanding because I have a lot of freaking sanding to do and not a lot of time to get this model done. So yeah, I'm going to get to it. Go lay down some filler primer on the base real quick so I can get the color shift paint down for that one. And yep, you shall see me working diligently to get this done. So hope you guys enjoy. If you have any comments or concerns, or if you want to tell me, hey, do this model next, I don't know. I already have another one printed, and I have another couple models that are going on the Jupiter right now, so yeah, might be a little bit behind on that. So put your recommendations below. I'm done yapping. I'm gonna go get to sanding this beautiful model, and yep, that's it. That's the story. I'm gonna get out there and do this. So hope you guys enjoy the video. You'll hear me in the voiceover. Peace. And as always, I just use this 2-in-1. This is faded because it just sits out in the sun. So your normal bottle would look like that. So it's almost empty. I might have to grab another can for these couple things. And then I literally just always do a cover of just this flat black primer. Just so it gives it a good base, because spray paint on spray paint works better than spray paint directly to acrylic, especially with this filler primer, because this stuff is kind of thick. And I just like to use this for my basis of FDM pieces, just because it fills in, especially when you do heavier coats. And then I'll go over with the gloss black primer. So you'll see the finished product in 3, 2, 1, and boom. And I'm gonna tell you, for projects like this, they need a lot of sanding, and if you have a Dremel bit, it's worth just picking up a bag of these for like 20 bucks on Amazon, because you're gonna get I believe 80, 120, 120, 240, 400, and 600 grit. So you'll be able to just fly through these. These go pretty quick, and I have bought the Dremel brand ones in the past, and they literally go pretty much just as quick, and these cost like $10 for 2, where you can get 100 of them for like 20. So definitely, if you have a Dremel tool, it's worthwhile to just get a bag of the cheap ones, and yep, just keep them stocked and you'll be good to go. So I'm gonna get to sanding this. Alright, I'm not gonna go crazy on the voiceover in this video, but I will include just a couple of things. So first off, safety first. Always wear your goggles and some type of mask when you're actually doing sanding, because this stuff is violent and yeah, it goes everywhere, all over you, no matter what you do. So safety first, protection first, just, yep, that's it. And then just rinse this with some water. Always have a wet towel around you. And yep, that's pretty much it. That's just how I'm gonna sand. So I'll let you guys sit back and enjoy the rest. Just gonna document some of this just a little bit. I got the board all primered up with this. I did print this out of PLA and sanded the holy heck out of it with a disc sander. So if you have a belt or disc sander, 120 grit, 240, work your way up. It'll give you a really nice smooth finish, especially because it's a pretty big piece. And if you buy this STL, for some reason, the bottom side is not flat for some reason, and I don't have any experience like cutting models and stuff, so I had to print this kind of at an angle, so the bottom of this is not super pretty, but you won't be able to see it anyway because the little base that it sits on covers the entire bottom. So I really just cared about the top. I sanded the bottom just a little bit so it fits just pretty good, but the base is out there drying right now. And we just finished up, after doing all of that, we just finished up all of our sanding, which is looking much good. Looking really good now. Just gotta blow all this little bit out, and yeah, we should be good to start laying down our first coat of this gloss black primer from Kaleido. Haven't used this stuff yet, but I'm looking forward to using it, so hopefully it's good. I mean, it's going to be great because all of their stuff is fantastic. So, yep, this is the stuff I'm going to be using, and I highly recommend picking up some kind of gloss primer for doing this. I don't think it matters too much as long as it's black. You want black, you want black, you want black. You don't want white or gray. You want black, because metallics show up best with black for some reason. And you're going to want this if you're going to do the base the way that I'm going to do it, as well as some color shift paints. So, yep, that's it. End of story. I'm going to stop blabbing because this clip is already 2 minutes too long. Ah! And now I'm going to start out with the Kaleido Gloss Black Primer that I showed at the end of the last clip. And this stuff is absolutely amazing. I'm going to throw it through my GAD 68. And yep, I'm just going to let it rip. I really like Kaleido's primers because they just work and they flow well, and I have zero issues with clogging, which is a great thing to have. And now with our next color, we're going to do these shifters paints, which is violet and old copper. These are Vallejo's shifting paints, and they are fantastic. And to add the little star effect that I'm going for, I'm going to put some white ink on the end of a brush and do it how I do the blood effect. I'm just going to spray it over the model I went a little overboard, but it ended up kind of working out with the cover that I do next, which is the Violet Pearl, I believe. And yeah, that was another shifter paint, and kind of tied everything together, and it made it look just the way that I was hoping it would look. And next up, the star of the show, which is our Fusion Firm Liquid Chrome. As it says on the bottle, quite literally, shake well before use. It'll give it a nice mixture, and I'm just going to forewarn you guys, this stuff goes through airbrushes at a ridiculous rate, so make sure you just keep it on hand so you can just keep refilling the airbrush as much as you need. I will say, this stuff sprays fantastic. I had 0 issues putting it in. As you see, I just throw it straight into the airbrush, and I go ham. This is my 0.3 nozzle for the GAD. It's not even my biggest nozzle, so no need to go crazy on it. This stuff flows really well, and I hope you guys like the finished product. Alright, so it is quite literally 2, maybe 3 days since I was out here last. So heads up with any chrome paint, and I was kind of forewarned about this in the CA3D Discord. I was talking about some chrome paints in there, and one of the homies, Crowbar, actually told me, he's like, dude, don't touch any of this stuff for like 2 to 3 days after, and let it like fully cure. So just a heads up, so you guys know, if you're going to be using any of these chrome paints, it doesn't matter if it's the Fusion form, it doesn't matter if it's like AK Super Chrome, any of those brands, let this stuff cure, because it is very thin, and it quite literally will take 2 to 3 days to fully intact cure onto your model. So you'll see here that, yeah, I mean, it came out absolutely amazing. I could have sanded probably just a little bit better up in the corner there, but it is what it is. The actual model itself came out looking fantastic. And the base looks pretty cool too, given that whole galaxy vibe. With those color shift paints, I'm really happy with how this came out. So I'm gonna actually, now that I can touch this, I'm gonna glue this together so I can finish out this model. And that quite literally ends this video. I'm gonna say this might be one of the shortest videos that I've ever uploaded, but on a good week, because I've been very busy this week. And I didn't have a lot of other models prepped. I have some stuff printing, but yeah, I have a very big model that I'm gonna start working on probably next. Yeah, it's gonna literally take me a week. It's a lot of pieces, but the Silver Surfer came out pretty dope. I'm really happy with it. I took a lot of time with the sanding and the prep work on this one for it to come out like really smooth, and that was the goal. That was the objective anyways. So I'm really appreciative of Fusion Forms for sending this out so I could actually do a full model and review on this, and kind of hope that they like what they saw with this one too. It's a little bit different from what they usually do. A lot of their stuff is car-based chrome, and just based on what I've seen on the reviews. So I do models, I don't really do cars. So this was kind of the option for me to do on for this review. So I'm really appreciative for reaching out and sending me this so I could actually give a good representation of how good this stuff is. And if you guys want to pick it up, I will make sure that I put a link to their Amazon, as well as I'll make sure I put links for their newly founded Instagram, as well as their YouTube channel. So go shower them with some love. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. This was a pretty quick and easy model to do, and I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I gotta get to work on the next one. I gotta still edit this video, and yeah, that's it. So go pick some of this up if you guys want some really easy Chrome application. And I'm talking this stuff is super easy for application use. And yeah, go give them a shout out on their Instagram and their YouTube. And again, thank you Fusion Form for sending this out for me to review for you guys. I will see you guys in the next one. As I always say, keep on painting and keep on learning, because you're never going to learn everything in one go. So, and pick up Fusion Form while you're at it. Good stuff. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.